trampled and being trampled upon. So if you go to the technicals, those of us that really want liberty and freedom, you could call the Illuminati. Because we're the type of people who just want freedom and family rights and the right to self-defense and individualism. Well, the globalists came in, the proto-globalists, the Jacobins of 250 years ago. They saw a renaissance leading to revolution all over the world to bring in a new expanded renaissance. So they simply tried to hijack the revolutionary fervor that was already there. Where have you seen that before? Real beef with Russia in Ukraine, globalists hijack that, bring in a George Soros EU takeover system to replace one tyranny with one even far worse. A lot of Arabs want freedom across the Middle East. They're tired of being oppressed. They're tired of whatever different issues they're dealing with. Come in with Google and Facebook and Twitter, game the revolution, put Al-Qaeda light and IS and Muslim Brotherhood in control to bring down all the existing systems that had stability and freedom compared to what they now have, and brand it as freedom. So that's why I've said before, and people have taken it out of context as they do, I don't care. I expect liars to do that. Fine. People will then see that, come here and find the truth. That you could say that, yes, George Washington was in the Illuminati. You could say, I'm in the Illuminati, but I don't go to any secret meetings. I'm not any part of any secret organization. But I believe in human illumination. I believe in light. I believe in freedom. I believe in justice. I believe in transparency. I believe in the right of free association. And George Washington and many got sucked into the Illuminati on record for a few years. But then they turned against it, and George Washington turned against the French Illuminist and wrote scores of letters that are public that you can read at the Library of Congress. Just type in George Washington's letters to the Illuminati, click Google Images, and you'll see hundreds of copies. You can follow the links to the Library of Congress. And I've actually gone to the Library of Congress and been allowed in, because they have them on display in his papers, and was allowed to even look at them 6 years ago. I have looked through the glass at his letters saying how evil the Illuminati is, how they hijack liberty movements, how they're there to really bring in a tyranny, to overthrow one tyranny to replace it with one far worse. So, again, the reason I bring that up is they're masters of infiltrating. They're masters of hijacking things. But in the end, they don't deliver, like Obama claiming all this change, or Bush claiming he wouldn't be involved in foreign entanglements and wanted to cut the government, or Bill Clinton. They all work for the same combine. And here's the headlines. CNN poll, trust in government at all-time low. Remember Infowars.com last week? Linking to foreign news and foreign documents, showing that the Ebola outbreak was already a pandemic, and then it was being covered up, and then DrudgeReport.com linked to our story, and then it was forced to be picked up, and now the head of Good Samaritan was on C-SPAN criticizing Drudge, saying, yes, it's true, it's a pandemic, but Drudge shouldn't be telling people about it. Yeah, let's not tell people so they could get prepared in case something happens. Let's keep people in the dark, you see. And that's what the Illuminati does. The bad Illuminati, the real Illuminati, is they say they're trying to protect you by keeping you in the dark. And now they've got people testifying in Congress that DrudgeReport.com linked to Infowars.com and other articles, some of them mainstream, proving there was a cover-up, and then they admit, yes, there was a cover-up, but we're bad for telling the truth. Meanwhile, the UN has now come out and said Ebola is an international health emergency, World Health Organization. So sorry we told you about it a week and 3 days before it was mainstream. I apologize. And, sorry about everything else, too. By the way, Drudge linked to our article and our video that we first found and made go viral, of the cop saying, I don't have to follow the Constitution because Obama doesn't. That's now on CNN, Fox News, you name it, and the cop has resigned.
Summer is here, and nothing looks better than tan skin and white teeth. Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. And if you want to have whiter teeth in 5 minutes, then try clinically proven Power Swabs. Power Swabs whitens teeth on average 2 shades in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days. Better yet, it removes stains on natural teeth as well as caps, crowns, and veneers. Power Swabs is so effective that thousands of professional dentists have used it nationwide, and now you can try it without paying a visit to the dentist. Call to whiten your teeth in 5 minutes, risk-free. Plus, get free shipping and handling by calling now. 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805. I guarantee your friends, family, and coworkers will love your new Summer White Smile. Get your risk-free order at 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realists, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Teenagers like me used to think our parents were just weird because they put their phones and computers inside those flimsy little fake leather cases. Then my folks both got a Block-It Pocket. Mom knows it keeps her safe from the phone's radiation. Dad knows it keeps his information private. I like my Block-It Pocket because it blocks hacking and tracking. Awesome! Blockitpocket.com has other cool stuff too. Guess my parents aren't so weird. Get your Block-It Pocket at blockitpocket.com.
Get the most important package of information you'll ever receive in your life for only $10. The package includes 3 books and 7 DVD programs which cover biblical miracles and prophecy. The Shroud of Turin, The Third Secret of Fatima, What Really Happened to the Catholic Church, and more. Call 800-513-0029. That's 800-513-0029. Or go to VaticanCatholic.com. That's VaticanCatholic.com. 800-513-0029. VaticanCatholic.com.
This is bigger than Ebola and the estimated 1,000+ people that have it, and that's a conservative number with it spreading. And again, I'm not saying Ebola is going to come kill us here or even going to break out here. All I know is that they've never brought it in someone who's a vector who is contaminated and can spread it to the United States, to Spain, to Germany. And there's a lot of weird PSYOP stuff going on and some big genetic engineering companies were looking at with these vaccines and treatments, that this may be the primer for a contrived outbreak or something down the road to try to make literally hundreds of billions of dollars off of an Ebola vaccine that they can then piggyback something else into. The reason we say that, they've done this before. They've been caught adding stuff to vaccines. They've been caught releasing things before. I mean, it's been declassified. Everybody knows about that. The H1N1 was a viral simulant or a genetically engineered, dialed down virus to simulate flu spread the year before they officially released it and called it a pandemic when it wasn't a pandemic. Then they rolled out the vaccine that had incredible health problems and lowered immune systems, according to the Canadian government. Then I had Wolfgang, I think it was Woodard on. I forget I'm going from memory. The head of the EU Commission. Check that for me, because there's two different Wolfgangs. I may have conflated one of them. To say that it was genetically engineered, that they'd looked at it, and that it was all a big staged event. Well, here's this headline. Samaritan's Purse chief admits Ebola out of control, close quote, slams Drudge for reporting it. I look at the Drudge report. It can drive a lot of panic. So we have Geraldo Rivera and we have congressional testimony bashing the Drudge Report. And again, why do I defend the Drudge Report so much? Not just that Matt Drudge is a trailblazer and links to our news stories that keep being proven to be accurate, and he believed in us and did the research and knows we're at least trying to get it right. We make mistakes sometimes. So we're in the same boat in many respects, and we're libertarian paleo-conservatives, I think it's fair to say. Constitutionalist. But we're in the same boat. If they can take down Drudge, you got the Pentagon talking about him, you got the White House doing it, they can take everybody down. And it just shows how the elite aren't all powerful, that Drudge was linking to German newspapers, French newspapers, Infowars.com, analysts, experts coming out and saying they're covering up the Ebola. It was credible what we were saying. It's been confirmed today by the World Health Organization that, yes, it's a pandemic, yes, it's a crisis, yes, it's worse than we thought. Well, it's come out they were covering it up. We were right. These articles ran last week, early last week, middle of last week, through the weekend. Geraldo Rivera freaked out. A bunch of people freaked out. But we're just reporting the truth. And now they admit we're correct, but Drudge is bad. And again, Drudge is now the figurehead of independent, non-state-run media. If you got to pick one figurehead worldwide, like Ron Paul's the figurehead of libertarianism, Matt Drudge is the figurehead, but also there's a real person behind it, but still the symbol, the flag of internet freedom, libertarian type ideas. So they're all hating him. We have to recognize that because we have power, because we're effective. I want you to know the good news. The government has the lowest approval rating ever. I'm going to cover that after the break. Let's go to this Good Samaritan clip.
Again, I will say that Ebola is out of control in West Africa, and we are starting to see panic now around the world. People want to know. I don't know about you folks. I look at the Drudge Report. It can drive a lot of panic. And, you know, there's a guy in New York. There's a woman in England. There's 6 people have been tested in the United States. There are reports that there are 340 Peace Corps workers coming back. I greatly appreciate the help of the CDC. They have, in fact, Dr. Frieden and I personally have spoken, and they have, in fact, helped articulate their procedures and protocols for Americans returning into this country. And we are grateful for that. While our Liberian...
You know, I don't think he's even so much bashing Drudge as the media spun it that way. But the issue is drive a lot of panic. And then they go on to admit, but it is spreading, it is getting worse. Ebola, an international health emergency, World Health Organization, are they driving panic? The UN Health Agency is calling for global response to the West Africa epidemic to stop and reverse the spread of the disease. What they really don't like is that Infowars.com, DrudgeReport.com, and others know what's going on. We break the stuff first, and then it doesn't allow them to control the narrative. That's what they're really upset about. Not that we're causing panic. We're trying to cause a response to stop a crisis getting worse.
We're on the march.
We want stability.
The empire's on the run.
We want a few